Last time, the time travel game launched, the world's governments, and who rules the player. The Genesis universe breaks all the rules, only to discover a living universe of freedom and boundaries based on new rules, extremes, beauty and balance, war, Ren, and the ever-present now. You know, where it all comes together. The wow spot in the game of life, light, and love. If you're here, you are beginning to notice the worlds are different. There is a new game. The rules have changed, and what matters is shifting and setting intentional priorities. Are you fighting, feeding, fleeing, or freezing it? A new pathway and game requires a different kind of player and an entirely new set of skills. Perhaps that is why you are really here. It's more than playing the game. When the end begins again, it's about connection, alignment, harmony, and clarity, elementally. To recognize and realize its rules, to develop the capacity and capabilities to move with direction, purpose, and joy. And also to discover where incentive, value, and meaning are hidden and bear fruit. Incentive gets you into the game. Value gives you a reason to continue. Meaning transforms the experience. Truth remains. The four mechanics of Genesis being opportunity, motivation, worth, and significance. They are treasures and rewards hidden throughout the living universe. Will you go mad or experience wonder? Will you discover the pursuit of novelty, identity, and quality with a splash of complexity? Competition, contention, and friction sharpen the spirit, soul, mind, and body. Will you seek vision or a mission? With Genesis, the world's first time travel game, you can play in real life, or you can practice, experiment, and explore the universe for yourself. A universe and game built on the consciousness model of reality as well as the material model of reality, physics and hyperphysics, collectively called elemental hypertech. The journey you have been on in the past year plus here on this channel was to provide you with each of the 13 immortals and their cards in high definition, without distortion, interpretation, and in order to ensure you have the most accurate and defined cards for your ultimate gameplay. Of course, you may discover games within games as you play in the Genesis universe. There are many levels and dimensions. This card game is the first to be for the people, the explorers and citizens, those who like quests, games, and working hard on being capable and calibrated with every move. What is Open Play? Open Play is a game for anyone to play Genesis without costing more than a quarter. All you need is a printer or a digital file. You can print and play. In other words, the barrier to Genesis is nearly nothing. Well, your time, since it is a time travel game. The concept is simple. You don't have to buy Genesis to belong to Genesis. This game reveals a new economy, the reverse of the traditional relationship. The traditional model is buy, play, love. The Genesis model is play, experience, love. The physical cards are expensive artifacts of a universe people already participate in, and they are not needed to play. Now let's get really precise so everyone can enjoy and explore the Genesis universe in an open play way. Not open source, but open play, a brand new concept. No price for admission. However, there are a few rules and boundaries that must be integral, defined, and honored. Sharing with the people the ability to print, play, and trade cards does not allow others to automatically define whether they may modify the artwork, remix cards, print altered copies, manufacture fake Genesis products, use Genesis commercially or without my permission, or claim their creations are official or mine. The Genesis universe is extremes with balance, karma with favor and consequence, so be careful. Designed to be in coherence, harmony, and aligned. What is important is that Genesis is free to play, free to print, free to share, and free to trade. The Genesis community can create their own histories, on their own journeys through life, light, and love, becoming uniquely Genesis. Players in this new world play differently. They celebrate, they compete, they grow. Players develop their own deck combinations, house rules, tournaments, immortal allegiances, strategies, interpretations, and use of cards, alternate game formats, Genesis gatherings, legendary matches, playgrounds, player-created challenges. Over time, certain decks or matches may become famous because the community decided they were famous, not because Genesis marketing told them so. Oh, and because Genesis is about time, you have an advantage other card games do not. You are creating a community, a family, vital to smile and laugh. Every game is another possible timeline, a combination of exploration and discovery. Those who seek will find. The bottom line, every table creates a timeline. By playing and sharing, you practice power, force, and energy by organizing principles and virtues for the entire community. There are many layers, levels, and degrees to the Genesis universe. Many worlds to build because words become worlds. The card game is a realm for practice and community. That is the design of open play, to keep the integrity with specific rules and boundaries so everyone can play and stand the test of time. Each of the 13 immortals have a say in the 13 boundaries to open play. To become time travelers in the Genesis universe, a person-first printed deck is not a cheap substitute. It is an act of will and emotional desire. Action is hard mode. The expensive physical cards can be beautiful, collectible manifestations of this very fire and experience, but possession isn't membership. Participation is membership in the game of life, light, and love in pursuit of novelty, identity, and quality. Presence before power. Part 2. The 5 movements. In order to give Genesis justice, we are going to discuss 5 movements and then 13 boundaries for the open play announcement. 1 of 5. Why Genesis was created differently. This is the element of Earth. This is origin, foundation, and embodiment. No waste and care for the environment. A new model of reality. No killing as the purpose, joy, and aim of play. Harmony, alignment, embodiment, and coherence of consciousness, which is the all, that everything moves within. And awareness, the one, and your role in the living universe, collectively as origin, myth, choice, and time. Number 2. Why you've been shown every card in full HD and order. This is the element of air. Information, transmission, and communication. Move with intention, direction, and compassion. It was about displaying the 698 cards, the entire collection. They are all there except for the expansion of Immortal 14, the Forgotten, and the Continuum Edition. This was all about giving people access to the greatest game in the time travel universe. Number 3. The Declaration of Open Play, the element of fire. Action, transformation, ignition. Every Genesis card shown online can be printed and played. Build decks, trade cards, play with friends. The digital card game is freely accessible, no cost but what you make it. Fulfill your destiny. Number 4. The motive, idea, and inspiration, the element of water. Relationships, sharing, community, and flow. Genesis doesn't belong only on a shelf. A game exists through the people who play it. To give you an example and brief personal story, my wife, my queen, is a huge Grateful Dead fan, and she told me that the Dead were a jam band. Every performance was unique and different. The fans built bonds with each other. Those that were there would record, tape, and preserve that night. The Deadheads were there at that special place. That night existed once. They would trade the shows with each other, remembering experiences, building bonds and lifetime friends, and of course, family. The motives and ideas are similar. That show, that night, that audience relates similarly to that game, that choice, that timeline. Inspiration, fulfilling, and genius to build relationships, connections, and communities. That's the mission. 5. Now you have your first mission. The ether element, possibility, consciousness, awareness, and presence. The space that holds all potential. Print your cards, build your deck, gather your friends. In the next transmission, I will teach you how to play Genesis. Presence before power. Part 3. The 13 Boundaries and Their Guardians. Now we arrive at the Guardians' 13 Boundaries of Open Play, but this is Genesis, so even our boundaries are part of the game. Again, this is open play, not open source, and these rules are designed to test and last through time. 13 Immortals, 13 Boundaries. Each was entrusted with the principles most aligned with their nature. Together, they protect the freedom of the players and the integrity of the Genesis universe. Each immortal shares a specific and unique boundary. The first, origin, purpose. The immortal sun, number 2 in purple, at the third eye chakra. Why? Because the sun is the center, the originating light around which everything else is organized. The purpose is to remove unnecessary barriers between the game and the people who wish to experience it, while preserving the identity, integrity, and authorship. Continuing stewardship of the official Genesis universe, the players become the creators of what happens when the game enters the world. Number 2, access. What is open play? The immortal Jupiter, number 5 in yellow, at the solar plexus chakra. Why? Because Jupiter is a republic representation, establishes the rights and permissions granted to the family and community. Players may print copies of Genesis cards, 698 of them, hyperboards, plus future expansions. Players can print, play, trade, share, teach, gather, and create timelines. No purchase is required to exercise and practice these open play permissions. Another game changer. Number 3, creation. What players may create? The immortal star, number 12 in rainbow, at the embodiment chakra. Why? Because the star is possibility, aspiration, and creation. Players are encouraged to reach beyond what already exists. Players may create their own deck combinations, strategies, gameplay challenges, house rules, alternate formats, tournament structures, player traditions, stories about their own games, match histories, reward, badges, trophy and treasure systems, discussions and commentary, educational materials explaining their gameplay, videos, streams, and other non-commercial community content documenting their experience with Genesis. Players are encouraged to experiment. For this reason, Genesis recognizes a fundamental principle of open play, which is number 4, possibility. Every table creates a timeline. The immortal moon, in number 9 in gray, at the shins chakra. Why? Because the moon is different perspectives, cycles, and choices. Democracy gives every player a voice in the eternal unfolding timeline. Genesis is a game about time, space, energy, and the consciousness model of reality. Every player encounters the living universe differently, uniquely, and genuinely. Players are free to create their own gameplay experiences without those experiences being considered alterations to the official Genesis universe. The official Genesis universe provides the foundation and origin. The player creates the timeline and possibilities. Number 5, sovereignty. Official Genesis universe including digital and physical cards. The immortal Uranus, number 1 in white, at the crown chakra. Why? Because Uranus is monarchy, law, sovereignty. Someone must remain sovereign stewards of the official universe. Open play does not transfer ownership of Genesis, but gives permission for you to enjoy and play with the cards and hyperboards. Purchasing physical cards is not required to become a Genesis player. If you do purchase the physical cards, which are expensive, you are supporting the Genesis universe and team. A player using authorized open play cards is not participating in a lesser form of Genesis. They are accessing and playing Genesis in full. The physical card collection exists for those who value the artifacts. Open play exists for everyone who values the experience. This is a new economy. Number 6, commerce, commercial use. The immortal Pluto, number 8 in brown, at the thighs chakra. Why? Because Pluto governs the relationship between wealth and power. He judges and says the game is freely played, its commerce remains supreme and in the hands of the people. The Genesis Open Play license is intended for personal, community, educational, and non-commercial play. The purpose of open play here is to eliminate the financial barrier to playing Genesis, not to transfer commercial rights of Genesis. Number 7, Gathering, Community Events. The Immortal Venus, number 4 in green at the Heart Chakra. Why? Because Venus is gathering, relationships, connection, and harmony. The social heart of open play. Players are encouraged to gather, organize family and community games, informal tournaments, and Genesis playgrounds. Number 8, Imagination, Fan and Citizen Creations. The Immortal Neptune, number 3 in blue at the Throat Chakra. Truth is the greatest health and wealth. Why? Because Neptune is imagination, fluidity, exchange, and the movement of ideas between people. Players may create original fan material inspired by their experience playing Genesis. Genesis wants creativity to flourish without creating confusion. Number 9, Discernment, Official and Unofficial. The Immortal Mercury, number 6 in orange at the Gut Chakra. Why? Because Mercury is information, specialty, and technology. Mercury distinguishes what something actually is. The living universe may inspire everyone. Official Genesis and I, Damien Questany, speak only for Genesis. Number 10, Preservation, Modification, and Authenticity. Experimentation and exploration without confusing the historical record of the official game. This is the Immortal Saturn, number 10 in black at the Feet Chakra. Why? Because Saturn is boundaries, structure, historical record, preservation, and limitation. Players can experiment, they can modify, combo, and explore. The game remains freely playable. The authenticity of physical Genesis artifacts remain meaningful, respected, and sovereign. Number 11, Integrity, Attribution, Expand awareness of source. The Immortal Mars, number 7 in red at the Generative Root Chakra. Why? Because Mars is accountability, discipline, and honorable conduct. Stand behind what you create and how you use it. Become capable, confident, and calibrated. Mars would say, dogs sniff butts to check a resume. Humanity looks others in the eyes. Number 12, Freedom, Opportunity and Responsibility. The Immortal Shadow, number 11 in transparency at the Shade Chakra. Why? Because shadow is freedom coupled with responsibility, a complete record of your karma, cause, effect, favor, and consequence. Without an authority taking responsibility for you, ownership returns to the individual, the authentic you. The player participates in open play voluntarily and are responsible and take ownership for the manner in which they print, modify, and use their own gameplay and playground materials. Your timeline, your choice, your consequences. Karma is real, players. May you choose wisely, spirited, truthful, and connected to soul. Number 13, Liberty, the right to play. The Immortal Villain, number 13 in patina at the Wholeness Chakra. Why? Because villain is free will coupled with correction. Terrifying, dangerous, and scary, I know. The final boundary grants agency, takes the license, exercises your will, and enters the game. Think of this as your time traveler's driver's license in Genesis, the world's first time travel game. This establishes boundaries. The first 12 boundaries protect Genesis. The 13th protects your right to play it. Once Genesis officially releases a card into open play, you have permission to take that card with you on your journey. Print it, play it, trade it, teach it, create with it. You don't need permission again, you already have it. Now choose your timeline. The Immortals have spoken. The 5 movements and the 13 boundaries are established. The living universe remains protected, and the players have the freedom to play. This is a new model of reality and economy. Genesis asks players to approach open play with the same values upon which the living universe is built. Reverence in the mind, the element of air, humility in the gut, the element of water, sincerity in the body, the element of earth, gratitude in the heart, the element of fire. Open play is about authorship of reality coupled with an act of trust, or faith for some. In time, we create goodness in the past, kindness in the present, and happiness in the future. One that recognizes and realizes that an amazing game achieves its greatest significance through the people who create and build it by gathering together to give it life, light, and love. Genesis is freely given because the worthy games we are all playing become significant when people have the freedom to play it. Print it, play it, trade it, teach it, gather around a table and create a timeline that has never existed before. How optimal and dynamic are you? I will continue creating Genesis, but you will create its history, its future, its Ren and war in the ever-present now. The universe is ours. The cards are yours. The timeline you create belong to you. Only you. That's the secret. The next transmission, I will start to teach you exactly how to play. The nature and nurture of space, time, energy, and progression. It only takes 1/4 to be the game. Action is the most efficient and effective superpower. Welcome to Genesis, the world's first time travel game. Presence before power.